Shalom. First and foremost, all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak Wadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who do rule well and teach well, and who I've learned this truth from through the power and spirit of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Peace and salutations unto all you Akim, you brothers preaching his word in truth and in sincerity across the four corners of the earth. And shalom to the hopeful elect, you sincere believers scattered wherever you may be. So as you see here, the title of this one is Lord Willing Comfort Breeds Complacency. Essentially just a land back off the Zaquan, the elder. It's a hub out there in Mississippi. Shalom unto him and shalom unto all the Akim. But just a land back, sparked within me just to go into it. And his, I believe, was entitled Comfort Kills Kings. Comfort kills kings. And just adding on to some of the points he was making, man. You know, living here in Babylon the Great, throughout the years, amen, that comfort, it does breed complacency. It does kill kings. It deters your focus. All right, and and being in this truth, we know what? It's it's not a cakewalk. It's a walk of hardship. All right, it's a walk of sufferings, things of that nature. And in this flesh, being given that it doesn't like to suffer, given that it's within us, the heart is desperately wicked. Who can know it? It wants to be comforted. However, it's it's really up to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, but through Yahweh Shai, what? We could do all things. All right, and we have to pray unto him that he gives us the discipline to rule over our spirit, to rule over this flesh, all right, to keep it in subjection. Because what? Too much comfort could kill kings. All right, being here in Babylon the Great, you can be overindulged in anything, man. Whether it be your cell phone, social media, whether it be video games, whether it be your woman, whether it be too much yayan or hard drink. Overconsumption in anything isn't good. All right, and the point is we have to have balance. All right, and we can't let the affairs of this life basically block your view, man, or cloud your judgment. All right, because any little thing, could get your focus off the main mission, man, being the kingdom of heaven. That comfort breeds complacency. And I noticed, hey, the Lord will put you through, these hard times, hey, through these different situations, for lack of better words, in order to keep you on fire. Right? Because when you're not in that state of comfort, when you're through the suffering, you want to be delivered. You want to get up out of here. This is why 2/3 of our people, they're in their comfort. They don't want to be rebuked. They don't want their deeds to come to light because what? They're complacent. They're complacent in their sins. And actually, let me grab that real quick. I didn't have it, but I believe that's a Zephaniah. The elder. Our mothers are usually hits on this often. How these people, man, they're settled upon their lees. All right, and then when you go into the lees, it actually goes into dregs or settlements. And if you know anything about like IPAs or beer or different, if I'm not mistaken, different type of like alcohol or such, the sediment, it drops to the bottom. It's at the bottom of the barrel and it's just laying there. Right, and that's how the people are laying just in there, are wallowing in the mud, wallowing in their sin. They don't want to be corrected, but they don't want to come out of the routine that they've been indulged in, right? That they've been in, and like the elder Zahab was going into, man, a true king has that certain type of structure about himself now given. Our walk is tailor-made for you. All right. So it's not going to be, cut out just as another brother. Now, we have to find out, and Lord willing, we can grab that, find out what's good for you. Find out what's a good regime for you. Pray unto the Lord, of course, to direct your steps in truth, and to where you could, exercise what the Lord has given you. Put to use the talent that he has given you. Right. And shine your light before men so that they could what? Glorify the Father. All right. And the Son. But, so like this is Zephaniah 1:12. It says, and it shall come to pass at that time that I will search Jerusalem with candles and punish the men that are settled on their lees and search Jerusalem. Jerusalem is a people before a place. All right. And this is what the Lord is really doing right now, man. He was revealing the true intentions of Jake. All right. It says that say in their heart, the Lord will not do good, neither will he do evil. And this also brings to mind Amos. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to read in the NOT. It says Zephaniah 1:12. I will search with lanterns in Jerusalem's darkest corners to punish those who sit complacent in their sins. They think the Lord will do nothing to them, either good or bad. And let me try to grab that Amos real quick. You see how the Spirit do what it do, man. Salakia. I'm going to get to the point here. This is Amos 9:10. All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us. Amos 9:10. But all the sinners will die by the sword. All those who say nothing bad will happen to us. It says all the unfaithful shall what? Die in their unfaithfulness. Okay. Since they don't believe, they don't think the Lord is coming through on his promise. They don't think the prophecies are coming to pass. They're complacent in their sins. They're like, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? YOLO. That's their mindset. So what? They're going to die by the sword. And however that may come about, it's in the Lord's hands. All right. But to us, amen, we got to repent daily. You know what I'm saying? And we want to be on the Lord's good side when he returns, man. We don't want to be on the brutal receiving end of the Lord's righteous judgment. All right. The indignation, the wrath indignation that he's bringing. All right. But, so like you're going to, so where were we at? So actually, let me grab this word entertainment. All right. Entertainment, because this is what Esau, Edom uses upon our people, man. You know what I'm saying? To keep them complacent, to keep them sound and sleep, to keep them lost. All right. Our people are destroyed for what? Lack of knowledge. And speaking first and foremost to myself, it's easy to get drowned in entertainment, especially with the device that is in our hands, man. That we were, or at least in my generation, that we were brought upon since middle school, high school. You know what I'm saying? Now, don't get me wrong, it's a blessing, but it could also be a curse. Just given what you're using it for. It's a fucking demon sometimes, man. TikTok, these different social media sites. And we have to be mindful and have some type of discipline, you know what I'm saying, being on these certain things, man, because you could easily, again, get just drowned through this shit and get distracted. It's a big distraction. And that's Satan's job, man. You know what I'm saying, to pull you out of the truth. But, you know what I'm saying, his elect, and Lord willing, we endure into the end, man. His elect will stay in it through thick and thin. All right. And even though they fall daily, they fall short of the glory. You know what I'm saying? They're going to what? Constantly repent. You know what I'm saying? Get back up and keep striving. You know what I'm saying? For the masteries. Trying to be temperate in all things. But, so like this is entertainment. It says noun, 1530s, provision for support of a retainer, manner of social behavior, It says, now obsolete along with other senses with entertainment, meaning the amusement of someone. That's from 1610s. And what? Yeah, it gets your mind off um, a certain suffering, right? Men's going into mind to entertain the mind, that which entertains. But really, there's one I wanted, kind of right here. Entertain, a verb. It says to keep up, maintain, to keep someone in a certain frame of mind. From Old French, entretenir, entretenir. Salaki if I'm pronouncing it wrong. It says hold together, stick together, support. Right, to hold, to have a guest. Damn. You know what I'm saying? So it keeps you there. It takes the mind. It captures the mind. you know, and too much again, man. Too much of it, what could breed complacency. Now, you know what I'm saying. Now you're complacent. Now you're not occupied in the scriptures. Now you're not doing what needs to be done. Right. Now you're not focused. Now your mind, you know what I'm saying, is now on watching these women on TikTok, or you know what I'm saying. Now your mind is on the game. You know what I'm saying, when it comes on at 7. You know, not to say that you can't, not to say it's wicked doing these things, right? But you have to remember, we have to remember, the Lord comes first, and the Lord's work comes first, right? Did you do anything spiritual today? Did you pray, right? When's the last time you fasted? When's the last time we fasted? Okay, when's the last time we called up a brother? When's the last time we read? All right, we have to ask these things, man. Because again, it's not to say that, use the word is not abusing it. Right? Because again, you have to let off some steam. We have to feed the flesh. But it can't be to the point, again, of overindulging in it. Right? The scriptures say, be not, loosely paraphrasing, be not righteous over much, neither be over much wicked. But you can't fall into making excuses. All right? Speaking first and foremost to myself. You can't just be making excuses. Oh, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get to it. I'm gonna get to it then. Or let me do this and I'll do that. Nah, man. All right, we have to cut that shit. We have to mortify our members. All right, remember the mission at hand. All right, because any little thing, man, here in Babylon could could take you. All right, these vices. All right, so let's get back into these scriptures. So, like here, this is Sirach 37 and 27. All right, it says 37 and verse 27. It says, my son, prove thy soul and thy life, and see what is evil for it, and give not that unto it. All right. And this is through what? Through experience. Okay. Through that experience is going to breed this, man. You're going to know what's right for you. You're going to know when and when not to. Right. And we have to ask the Lord for the increase. Okay. But, you know what I'm saying? It may not be in your best interest to drink on this certain day, or just drink, period. Or it may not be in your best interest to deal with this woman right now. Right? It may not be in your best interest to go to that bar at that particular moment. All right? So my son, prove thy soul and thy life, and see what is evil for it, and give not that unto it. Or you may find yourself, again, just spending too much time in this when you should be spending more time in that. All right, the spiritual over the carnal. It says, for all things are not profitable for all men, neither hath every soul pleasure in everything. Keep going on. It says, be not unsatiable in any dainty thing, nor too greedy upon meats. But here in Babylon, man, that's what they push, right? Do as thou wilt, right? Do what feels good unto you, but not pushing the repercussions or the domino effect it might have on you, right? because all things are lawful, but not all things are expedient. For instance, just when it comes to that, when it comes to the food aspect, yeah, it may be lawful to have these burgers and fries, but are you gonna eat that every single day? Are you gonna stuff your face down with pizza? You know what I'm saying? 3, 4, 5 times a week. Be not too greedy upon meat. No, you're gonna have some type of discipline about you. You're gonna have some type of structure about you, and everything. And everything, man. Speaking first and foremost to myself, just to back up the elder's point. You know what I'm saying? A true king is gonna have that structure, man, and whatever is suitable for that man. Okay, it might be intermittent fasting. It might be fasting, uh, or one meal a day, or okay, you might have a regimen of working out Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or you might be a brother that might be going 5 times a week, and then you chill out on the Shabbat and your camp day. Right, but it's all according to your spirit, right? And having the balance. It's all about balance. Easier said than done, all right, but it can be done through Yahweh Shai, and we have to pray for it. All right, speaking first and foremost to myself, we have to be balanced. You can't be, again, over righteous much, neither over much wicked. You can't be on a game 24/7, but then again, like the scriptures say, you really you'd be over righteous if you're in the scriptures 24/7, just reading all damn day. All right, because then what? Too much honey, you're gonna vomit it up, and it's not gonna be it's not gonna digest properly, man. All right. It says, "For access of meats bringeth sickness, and surfeiting will turn into choler." And that's another thing. Sometimes, you may have to fast. It's it's really all about balance, but Lord willing, this goes into because it brings the complacency. Now it's gonna be not, I wouldn't say addiction. It could lead to addiction, but now you're complacent with it. So now it's a part of that routine, right? So now you eating out maybe daily now. Now you may be eating meat all 3 times throughout the day, and it should be in moderation. Just according to your spirit, because nothing wrong with eating meat. But sometimes it's good to take off that week from meat, to detoxify your body. All right, because of what it say, for access of meats bringeth sickness, and surfeiting will turn into choler. It says, by surfeiting have many perished, but he that taketh heed prolongeth his life. And let me grab that word for surfeiting. Surfeit. An excess amount of something, damn. You see? It goes right with it. And that's the spirit. Surfeited. To aug. Okay, let me do this here. Excess quantity. Damn. It says immoderate behavior, unhealthy overindulgence, especially in food and drink, gluttony. All right. And you see what Babylon the Great produces. A lot of big Shirleys. Hell of a lot of big Shirleys. Okay. It says access, excess, all right, EXCESS, or also goes into arrogance. Damn. It says this is a noun use of the past participle surfere, overdo. Right. You can't be overdoing. You can't be over much in anything, man. It's got to be some type of balance. And that's basically the point there. All right, because we're basically going into, what it is, man. It also goes into figuratively disgust caused by excess satiety or satiety, Salakia. Con. All right, so from there, let me go to Ecclesiastes 10 and 18. All right, it says, Damn, con. Ecclesiastes 10 and 18. By much slothfulness the building decayeth, and through idleness of the hands the house droppeth through. Okay? Because like going back to the title of this lesson, comfort breeds complacency. All right, too much comfort. You know what I'm saying? Like you have the saying, couch potato. Right? You're a couch potato. You've been at the crib. You know what I'm saying? You have you have that stereotype, or that, you know what I'm saying? You have that vision, right, of a damn couch potato. Nigga just at the crib on the couch playing 2K, or watching too much TV, eating hot Cheetos, and you know what I'm saying, scarfing down their face with some type of fast food. You know what I'm saying, a blue drink, grape drink, whatever the fuck. You know, that building decayeth in a carnal sense, right? That building beeth what? The body. Okay? And over time, what? It's gonna breed that complacency. So now he's complacent. Now it's a routine, and now it's hard to get up out that the slump. All right, it says in the NLT, laziness leads to a sagging roof. Idleness leads to a leaky house. And through idleness of the hands, the house droppeth through. Now, more importantly, the spiritual house. You know what I'm saying? The spirit. All right, through the idleness, through much comfort of the flesh, now we may be putting off our duties, our responsibilities in this truth. Now you're not reading as much, right? Now you're not making lessons, all right? And Lord forbid this happens, okay? But leaning too much on the side of comfort could lean you on the side of on the verge of you going back into the world, of us going back into the world. Lord forbid, right? That's why we constantly have to keep praying to the Heavenly Father through His Son, that He keeps us in the way of understanding, that He keeps the Holy Spirit upon us unto the end. All right. And again, He'll say, hey, He's going to bring that hell upon you, which I was just speaking as a man. He's going to bring that hell upon you just so you don't get complacent. Right? Gonna light that fire up under your ass like, damn, let me get right. Like, what the fuck am I doing? And that's the mindset we got to have. All right? You can't be too lackadaisical in this thing. All right? You got to have some type of punctionality about you, man. Some type of, you know what I'm saying, drive, ambition. And don't get me wrong, hey, you're going to have your low points. You're going to have your days where you're just fucking tired. You know what I'm saying? Just tired. Hey, we're all tired, though. All right? Think it not strange concerning the fiery child, which is to try you. Right? And the scriptures also say, loosely paraphrasing, 1 Corinthians 10 and round about 13, He doesn't put anything upon you that you can't handle. Okay? Sometimes, just me speaking as a man again, sometimes he'll do that, you know what I'm saying, just to prove you, just to test you, just to see, okay, is he still believing upon me? Is he running to me for answers? Is he running to the scriptures for comfort? Or is he running to the world for comfort? Is he running to the bottle? Is he running to the game to escape? You know what I'm saying? To be entertained, now to escape the mind. All right. So continuing on, Ecclesiastes 10 and 19, a feast is made for laughter, and wine maketh merry, but money answereth all things. Then again, it's a balance. All right. It's a time and place for everything. Not to say you can't have a feast with the akim. You can't eat good, and such. Not to say that you can't drink wine. Not to say that you can't drink a strong drink if that's your thing. All right, but in moderation and balance, right? And when it's time, when it's time, it says, "But money answereth all things." Yeah, money is a defense, but then again, you can't be too money hungry either. Cause what? Hey man, it says, "Woe unto them that are rich, for they have received their consolation." That consolation goes into comfort. And what? Usually, with a person with money, they're not focused on the Lord like that. They worry about getting more money. That's their God. That's their power. That's why the scriptures say you can't serve mammon and the Most High. It's either one or the other. All right, so these people that are out there are these Jakes that chose the money, that chose the bag over the Lord. They're going to get destroyed. The Lord's going to give them over unto that. Right? It said, woe unto you that are rich. Destruction unto them. Because what? That comfort that comes with the money breeds the complacency. You know? And again, not to be simple. Because, hey, man, not to be simple. Not to say you can't have money. But again, you have to have that structure, some type of discipline about you. And knowing it's not the end all be all. Hey, because it's coming to a certain point in time. In order to keep that money, in order to keep your riches, you're going to have to take the sea hip. And you're going to have to bow down before Esau Edom. And that's the last thing we're trying to do. So that's it there. That's it there. Let me go to Micah 2 and 10. Khan. And I had these just written. Not in any particular order. I try to piece it together, but we'll just continue on. Micah 2 and 10, it says, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. Because it is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with the sword destruction. Yeah, so Babylon the Great, man, arise ye and depart. Don't be so attached to this world and the things that are in this world. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. Because through the love of the world means that you don't have the love of the Father within you. All right. Again, let not the affairs of this life, you know what I'm saying? Let me grab that. God. That says 2 Timothy 2 and verse 4. No man that warreth, and what we are right now in the spiritual war. It says, entangleth himself with the affairs of this life. Let me grab the word affairs. Actually, let me grab the word entangle first. It says to enweave, involve in, entangle with, entwine. What does entwine mean? Wind or twist together. And you basically get the point, man. You should have like a visual, like like yarn or some type of, you know what I'm saying, like a yarn sweater, you know, it's winded together or entangled in. You might have some type of or like an embroidery, you know what I'm saying? So to enweave, entwind. So no man that warreth entangleth himself, so yourself, with the affairs of this life. Affairs going into prosecution of any affair, transaction, negotiation, business, occupation. It goes into the Thayer's Greek lexicon. As the Spirit says, pursuits and occupations pertaining to civil life, opposed to warfare. Right? So think, not giving yourself too much into this mere mortal life that you're living. Right? But looking unto the spiritual. All right? It says occupation pertaining to civil life opposed to warfare. Yeah, being too much, because you have that too. That could be a stomach block. Being too much focused on your job in the world or your career in the world. Because that career, what? It brings money. You know? It brings money too. So now your mind could be just all upon that. Right? And it could choke out the work. I also want to see what it says here in the etymology as well. Affair, noun. It says what one has to do. Ordinary business. Business, event, rank, estate. To do, to make. An affair of the heart, a passionate episode. Um, had to have an affair with someone in this sense. Earlier, have an affair of love. And what the hey, when you think about it spiritually, what we're the wife, right? We're the bride, right? That we want to be a chaste virgin, you know. And he is a what? A jealous power. So now, you know what I'm saying, Lord can see you maybe caressing this particular thing, place, a book, whatever the case may be, too much. And what? You know what I'm saying? He's a jealous power. Now, you know what I'm saying, it could be an idol unto you. Now you can find yourself having, you know what I'm saying, giving yourself too much time in that when instead it should be the Lord. All right, just painting the picture with a broad brush. Um, yeah, fair. Well, one has to do ordinary business. But the scriptures say what? And again, and all speaking first and foremost to myself, it says, seek ye first the kingdom of heaven, and all these things shall be added onto you. All right, we have to lose our life in order to gain it. And again, not to be simple, man. You could still, you know what I'm saying, enjoy yourself. All right. But again, having the balance. Having the balance. Let me jump to Ecclesiasticus 33 and verse 27. Let's see what that says. It says, send him to labor, that he be not idle, for idleness teacheth much evil. All right, and the scriptures say, well, occupy till I come. We have to be occupied in prophecy, occupied in doing the Lord's work, right? Meditating, watching videos, things of this nature. Because what? Idleness teaches much evil, right? And this is also me going into like it says going into it basically for a servant, for a slave. You have to keep that servant laboring. Or what? Now he's going to be meddling, upon things to get out. Or, you know what I'm saying? He has the idleness, man. He has the time to where he could do some shit, for lack of better words. It says, set him to work as is fit for him, for if he be not obedient, put on more heavy fetters. It says, but be not excessive toward any, and without discretion do nothing. If thou have a servant, let him be unto thee as thyself, because thou hast bought him with a price. If thou have a servant, entreat him as a brother, for thou hast need of him as of thine own soul. If thou entreat him evil, and he run from thee, which way wilt thou go to seek him? But yeah, the point being, in that for idleness teacheth much evil. And, you know, they say an idle mind is a devil's playground. And that's another thing too, man. Satan will come in and sow doubt. You know what I'm saying? Hey, but we have to lean upon Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, rebuke Satan, resist Satan, he shall flee. All right, guys, that's another thing that, you know what I'm saying, is going to happen in this walk. You know what I'm saying? You have to occupy your mind, man. Meditate upon the word. All right, to give you the comfort, the holy comfort, the Holy Spirit, man, the Ruach Kodesh. All right, because you have that idle mind, and it's gonna, you know what I'm saying, you'll fall down that rabbit hole, and now, you know what I'm saying, Satan got you, and it's a war.